Hello, I'm Sheila Donnelly, and I am here to offer you a solution, a series of solutions to the challenges that we're facing in 2020 in keeping employees' morale up, in keeping them engaged, and in letting them know that we're invested in them. I am a trainer and I work with administrative professionals, assistants around the globe. I'm coming to you from my home office in Vancouver, and I'd like to give you a little bit of insight here into what I do. You may be looking at my Gaelic name and wondering, how do I spell it, let alone say it? Well, think of me laughing, which I do enjoy doing. Put the words she laughs together, pull out the U, take out the S at the end, and you have Sheila. I do like to have fun, and I do like to inject humor and engagement into all the training I provide assistants, because that is all the more important as we deal with serious matters. And I am serious about high performance and career satisfaction. That benefits assistants, administrators, and it benefits you. You may be asking yourself, does she know what she's speaking about? The answer is yes. I walked the walk for 30 years, from the days when we were called executive secretaries to spending just over a decade working with the board of directors until 2018. I've been a keynote speaker for SSC, Shared Services Canada. When I was working in an office, I was directly accountable to multiple leaders across the org chart in both the private and public sectors. I learned from all these people, and I also learned from other internal and external stakeholders. I understand too what it's like to be one of the more junior members on the team. That's because while I've been a corporate trainer, I left the world of assistance and administration to be a corporate trainer and then to spend time at home with our young children. When I re-entered the career, initially, the best I could get was temporary on-call or auxiliary work. So I do understand different stages of the career and different stages within organizations and how to encourage people accordingly. I mentioned that I train, I speak, and until this pandemic, I did travel quite a bit to work with institutions, organizations, and groups around the planet. Now I continue to do that by webinar. And I also write professionally, writing about cybersecurity, governance, and business. This planet of ours has had a little bit of a challenging year, hasn't it? And so this is why it helps to keep people engaged, whether you've got some of your people back in the office certain days or in hybrid arrangements. The engagement is important. And speaking of that, I recognize that many of your people will be people who speak French as their first language. So I'm happy to be able to offer subtitles here. They can appear as you see them, or at the top of the screen, we can do what works for you. I have been developing new webinars. These are just a sampling of what I have to help people be productive and effective in these unusual times, looking at business continuity so that employees are thinking about their career and how they contribute not only in their own context, but also in the context of the organization as a whole. And we look at global perspectives. What about best practices for meetings that are no longer face-to-face, minutes, business writing, and more? What I do is tailor when I'm working with a group, I tailor any one of my presentations to the needs, the gaps, and opportunities that are existing. I ask you questions and I take whatever you're comfortable disclosing and I run with it. Establishing internal networks is interesting, and I have got direct experience there. I've co-launched 2 internal networks over the course of my career, and they're both still functioning now. Between them, they have 20 years of success, not only for the individuals who participate them and feel engaged in that sense, but they also, of course, benefit the employer. Here's some more examples of my webinars. Do you know many administrative types who are not perfectionists or do not have perfectionist tendencies? I encourage people in this session to choose resilience over perfectionism, because that is a better approach to high performance. It's better outcomes for the individual and better outcomes for you. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and 2020 is a year like no other for the threat actors, the hackers, the cyber criminals out there. So I have a really great session to help assistants think about it and think about recognizing and mitigating risks from the perspective of someone who's been an assistant. I also provide training and education on governance and much more. So while we make our way through 2020 and into 21, I do know that some people's positions are no longer secure or stable. I know because through my website, Exceptional EA, I am in touch with assistants around the globe. And what we want to do for individuals who are still in their roles is encourage them, give them insights that also reflect on what organizations are going through, the challenges you're facing, and how they can add impact in a positive manner. So, if you'd like one or more of your people to register individually for specific webinars, they're welcome to do that. I'm also happy to hear from you if you would like me to tailor a presentation for your team or group as a whole. And when we work together, whichever the basis, what can you expect from me? You can expect quality. You can expect downloadable workbooks. And I say workbooks because I take the approach that a webinar is not something you should attend, walk away from, and forget about. I invest research, best practices, and experience into these messages and the training I deliver. And my hope, my goal is that your people will feel so engaged that what they want to do is download their workbook, go through it again with a recording I make available through my website, a recording of the webinar, and start to think about how they can change, what they may work on. The certificates I provide participants are available is in a co-branded fashion. I work with organizations to use your colors, your logo, should you wish, or simply my own. Now, that's a look at what I do, and here's how you can reach me. Rather than providing you a bunch of URLs, what I thought I would do is give you QR codes. So once you've heard me, feel free to rewind to this screen, pause it, hold up your smartphone, open your camera. You will not need an app to do this. Just hold your camera to any one of the QR codes to access my website, my Eventbrite site, which has details of upcoming webinars. And that will pop up a white screen. If you tap the white screen to confirm you want to go to that website, you're off to the races. Thanks for spending time with me today. Feel free to share this with your colleagues and your counterparts. And I look forward to hearing from you if you think I can help you engage and enhance your employees' skills, morale, and sense of belonging. Take care.